shit, is this on? They always hire some good bartenders. The bad bartenders don't last. Brett's done good thing for this place. It's still dive bar, but the people that started coming in here and the stuff that they're doing, the pool leagues, the darts, and the karaoke, and this outside stuff here, it's making a huge difference.
My name is Brett McCann. I have owned this place for about 8-9 years now. We have a lot of signature drinks here, like blasters and stuff like that. We're pretty famous for it because they're, big glass and really people really love that. Like when Jägermeister bombs they came out, that was like our signature drink. And then cherry bombs, stuff like that. But I don't know. It was a crazy ride through all those years.
Because we are a dive bar, we get like the normal stuff: whiskey cup, vodka soda, whiskey 7, things like that.
Yeah.
Beer in a shot type stuff. That is what's most popular at dive bars, which is us, and that's probably the most perfect drinks we get. Is the simplest. I had a woman come in here to Charlie Brown's and order a dry vermouth on the rocks. She drank 4 of them. You just want dry vermouth? I would choose one drink that would represent this bar. I would have to go with what my beats drink, which is Pinnacle and White Monster. It's a mix. I would say PBRs, Coors Lights, Bud Lights.
Yeah.
Yes. For the blue collar man coming in and just wanting their beer.
It is strictly a neighborhood bar. Even when people move away out of this neighborhood, they still come back every now and then, Like, once you come to Charlie Brown's, you usually don't leave. You're just part of the family. It's a huge family bar. So, and we like to keep it that way. We like to make sure that people are, really oriented in the family whole part of it. Because everybody's got everybody's back hunting here, and everybody loves everybody. And even if you come in here and you're not in family, you've never been in here for a year or whatever, you're automatically going to get to know the people that are in here. The regulars they're fantastic.
I think that if these walls could talk, the first and that is long. Gosh, the answer is kind of silly as well, but it's true. Probably family and love. At least from my 10 years of experience being here, that's what I get from it. Is family and love.
Fat Pat.
Fuck rough.
Oh, his bucket is literally hanging in there.
Oh, God.
And so that guy, when he would come in, him and Grouch. Grouch was the grouchiest. He was the biggest asshole that you would ever meet in your whole life. If you didn't have his 3 hams in a bucket of ice right in front of him. And Pat had to have his bucket of beers in front of him. And then if you didn't have those beers in front of him, he was... Hey, Stan. How you doing, buddy? All right. Good to see you. I remember the first time I ever met those guys, both of them. They both came in at the same time. They're ex-military and stuff. So, they walked in, sat down, and I was at the other side of the fire. They sit down here. and I had no idea about it. Okay, I mean, I knew about them. Like, you had to have they like their bucket of ham. Let's shoot, brother here. Yeah, so I was like, whatever, you know. So they sat down, and if you didn't have their bucket of yams in front of them before they sat down, they were biggest assholes in the world. And I didn't know that. I knew that they wanted about the hams, but I learned from that day on. As soon as I saw those guys walk in the door, boom, I had that bucket of hams in front of both of them, and the life was good after that. You know, they were the nicest people on earth, but that day was horrible. Yeah, they were so mean to me. But, you know, eventually we became really, really good friends because, you know, I had to deal with them, and, you know, a lot of them, the Bartenders did too. And but getting to know those guys and their background was pretty cool. I mean, we had a lot of military people coming in back then too, you know. So whenever we do birthdays, if she's on the calendar, we usually celebrate. So if the names are on there, we're usually going to be doing the celebration for those birthdays, which is huge. I mean, we love celebrating people's birthdays in here because, I mean, it's their birthday. You know, they gotta, you know, have a place to go and celebrate and bring all their friends and have a good time. We do all the decorations, we do all that. So it's always cute too. That makes them feel really comfortable. Used to be me, you're that love me. You know, feel like they're wanted here. You know, like you're part of the family. So
Let's go with last week. I showed up here and I had for lack of a better word, gentleman sitting in here. And he had took a pair of tidy whities and had them on like a shirt. Yes. Yes. Sure. Oh, yeah. He had cut like a hole on it for the head. Yeah. His arms through. And it was like, you know, it came up like a crop top on him, you know. And
What was he making? What would he drink?
PBR and a shot of Jaeger.
my wife, Erin, is literally the backbone of this place. Everybody loves her and everybody hates me. Just kidding. You know, we always have pool leagues, or we always have dart leagues in here, or we always have horseshoes going, you know, during the summer.
So for leagues, they can contact Jeremy at Ellis Darts to get rated,
Or Vince or Kim.
or Vince or Kim. But for tournaments, they can come down and get rated and just play in tournaments if they don't want to play league.
Tournaments are usually on Fridays. We don't do every Friday, but on our Facebook page we'll usually advertise it if we do, which is usually every other Friday. But horseshoes, you're gonna be starting a league next year for sure. Or not a league, but a tournament. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on Saturdays. So that's gonna be huge. The whole leagues. We have 9-ball teams, 8-ball teams out of here. We have APA and BCA. Next year, we're definitely looking to get 2 teams for each session for, out of here. So that way we always have somebody here on those nights. And it's a travel pool, so they just play at all the different balls. We do give out jerseys to all of our pool league players and our dart league players
And horseshoes.
and horseshoes. And they are awesome shirts.
That makes shared food.
We are doing completely different jerseys, and it's going to be more of an American, like this one, the American red, white, and blue kind of jerseys. Everybody loves these, so we're going to stick with this, but have a different logo and stuff on. So our regulars and our dark players, the players, they all know that we'll appreciate that work. It's huge to have them in our lives. Not only they're amazing people, they love the atmosphere, they love the bartenders, they love the cheap drinks. you know, food and the food. And ever since we started food, it's just like it's huge because everybody's always wanted food. We are a huge supporter of the military. Huge. Every branch. Like, we love our military people like them in. We've had first sergeants, and lots of other types of military that come in here. One of them was Brian Barker. He was our first sergeant. He's coming here every day. Everybody knew him as Lat. He died a few years back. But no, we do have a lot of military in here. Even on Veterans Day, people come in here. If you're a veteran, you get your first string on us. Yeah, we've always done that. We're a huge supporter of the veterans because they serve for us, you know. So I like to have that flag up there and with all the branches all the way around it, and have that up there so that way they know that this bar appreciates them, you know, because of their service for us. Those are actually pictures of two of our regulars that were up, that are up there they died in motorcycle wrecks. And they're big, highly missed. Very, very good regulars. Never forgot. Best friends, yeah. So, Charlie told me to make sure to put his picture above the door so everybody sees him when they leave here. So I did that. For sure.
I get confessions every single day from every single regular that I have. For something about, a couple drinks in here, and for a lot of people that come in, we are their family. They don't have other people, right? So they come in, and the amount of shit that people tell us when we're behind bar about their personal lives, we listen, passionate, and give advice if we feel that it's necessary. But a lot of them are looking for somebody who are just music.
Just to share.
Yeah. And every single day, every single regular that comes in this bar has shared with me their personal life and personal things that have been going on with them. They entrust that with us. They do, because they feel like we're families. And in truth, we are. And for some reason, they say bartenders are therapists as well, but it is true in some kind of way. They just want to share their lives with us, and we sit there and listen. We spend a lot of time with these people that come in every day. A lot of us bartenders too spend more time with these people than we do our own families.
We are really big on celebration of life for our regulars. No matter what, we always do a balloon release, all that. I mean, and I've talked to a lot of our regulars about, it's really hard to do that, but I want to know what they want when they're gone, because this is where they party. This is they're on the way from home or whatever. So I've always gotten the info on that. We just did a celebration of life for Kevin Davis and Christopher, and they both wanted the steak feed. They always loved the steak feeds. So
I got all built on vanilla.
we did that for them. And it's pretty huge. It was a good party. Balloon release and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as events for like NASCAR and stuff like that, we do NASCAR every Sunday. It's the longest running sport, and a lot of people aren't into NASCAR. But when they come here and they learn about NASCAR and then what we do and how we celebrate it and stuff, try to get them to get a favorite driver, all that stuff, There's tons of stuff into NASCAR. And we always have food, You pay your $5, you get to eat all you want. You buy a driver. If you buy a driver and your driver wins, you win a bar tab. So that's a pretty big deal. NASCAR is always huge on Sundays. When football comes around, it's always a battle between the NASCAR people and the football people because we do the ticket. So all 12 of our TVs, they have a gaming. And then some of our TVs have NASCAR. It's always at the end of the year when football starts, so that way we got to make sure that the big races and the championships like that are all on air, turned up, whatever. But it's pretty cool. Ever since we started the ticket, we started it last year, and it was slow. And I got to try it again, see what I can get going or whatever, because it took a year to get it started, picked up. A lot of people were going to other places, but until they figured out that, well, we were offering, which is, you come in, you pay your $5, all you can eat. It's every Sunday, usually. You pay your $5, all you can eat. And the bar does it a main course. So it could be like pizza or chicken or, spaghetti or whatever. Janet usually picks that out. And people will bring in dishes. It's like potluck, so it's pretty cool. Part of the family thing too, I like a lot of the family members, and they'll bring in a dish for you. So you bring in a dish, then you don't have to pay the $5. Of course, food is provided. We're gonna cater the whole thing. The last night, it's gonna be 100% free. Food's free, beer, alcohol, whatever. A lot of people will bring their own alcohol, but we'll have some kegs, whatever. We're really looking forward to that. That's gonna be a huge party. Talladega and Daytona are our biggest races of the years. We have huge parties for that. Every now and then we'll have live music. We'll put out a freaking band shell out here and set out tables and have celebrations for a wedding or whatever, and that's usually always free. But we do want to do a luau again. We actually want to do it every year. We do 2 pigs. We do 2 pigs around. Yeah. Well, no, we do it on their big spit barbecues, and can't really dig a hole to do it, or I would. I'd do it underground. They won't let me do that. So that is one thing that I want to add is our bartenders I cannot say enough about them, how amazing they are. It was really hard to find them. They are literally the bread and butter of this place. They are the entertainment. They are they're so trustworthy. They're so everything about them. They're fun.
One of my past bartenders, she's no longer female. However, once upon a time, you see that Jack Daniels over here? Jack Daniels used to be on the floor. He wasn't always up there. He's up there now for a reason, okay?
Okay.
And she was bartending, and I was off shift, and I was here. And next thing you know, I see her run out the bar and literally running down Overland. And I'm like, what the hell? She said, Jack's watching the bar. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? Somebody had stole him and was running on foot down Overland. And she was running, and she came back with it. This little, little itty bitty freaking 100 pounds wet, like, what the hell? I was behind the bar with another one of our head bartenders, and we were in the middle of this giant event. It was our anniversary party. And we had karaoke going on inside, and out back in our back patio, we had a band going on out there. We had a bar out there. It was the shit. It was a great party.
Yeah.
And her and I were, frankly, getting our asses kicked behind the bar. And we noticed, like, a leak behind the bar. And, it's bloody. It's flooding hardcore back there. And my owner was here, and I said, "Look, Brett, I don't know what's going on, but we got this major flood coming behind the bar." Well, he comes back behind the bar and realizes that we had a faucet turned.
Oh, so it wasn't going.
No, she was going straight to the floor, flooding it. And he looked at both of us like, "Y'all need to get your shit together." We're like, "Oh no, this is something that we've never spoke about, you know." And her and I kind of like, "We'll never speak about this ever again," but it's a true story.
Extremely proud to say that I have the best bartenders in town. Their trades, or I think their biggest trades are how fast they are at serving, which is huge. You know, take care of 5 or 6 customers at once. It's talent. If you want to be comfortable and have amazing food and really cheap drinks, I think we're one of the 3 bars in this whole town that have the cheapest drinks in town. We don't like to rip people off. We do make profit, but I mean, that's not what we're all about. We're all about making sure people are comfortable and having a good time, and that's our main goal in this place. And to make sure that they're, I think number one is comfortable. We said that they're really comfortable here, so. I do have 2 Facebook pages. I have a friend page and a like page, and they're both Charlie Brown's. You can't miss it when you see the pictures on there. It's pictures of the customers at the bar on Facebook. We do not have a website yet. We are probably going to be working on that here soon. Haven't really been too worried about that too much, but you get on Google or Facebook or anything like that, you'll find everything you need to know about this place. It's on the corner of Curtis and Overland. You can't miss it. It's right behind the Jacksons. Big yellow sign that says Charlie Brown's.
That's right.